Hello and welcome to another Chelsea chat. And yesterday it was Chelsea 7, Port Vale 0. And we're at another FA Cup semi-final. So you got to look at the good points in times like these. And we're at another FA Cup semi-final. What our chances of getting through that are, I don't know. But if Port Vale can beat Sunderland, anything can happen. Because I think Port Vale, who are struggling at the bottom of Division 1, looking very like they're going to get relegated to Division 2, like they are a pub side. But when you think that their whole side was assembled for less than our cheapest player, when you think that two of our players combined make up half of their yearly wage structure, it sort of puts it into perspective how bad they are. They're shocking, actually. But you know what? You can only beat what's in front of you. And second half yesterday, I thought it was a good performance. First half, it was the usual slope. I know we was 3-0 up. People are saying, you're not proper Chelsea because you're complaining. I can't help it. The style of football we play, low tempo, is shocking. And second half, I think we saw how bad they were, and we went for the juggler. Could have been 10, couldn't it? We hit the post about 3 times. I think Esteval hit it twice. Yesterday, what did I get out of that game? Nothing. Pleasure in seeing Chelsea win 7-0, regardless of the politics around it all. Esteval, love watching him. Think he should be one of the first names on the team sheet, to be honest, if he stays injury free, regardless of his age, particularly on that right side. In theory, when they double and treble up on him, like you would think most teams would, that allows the rest of your side to get forward and to get into advanced positions. In theory, the way we play doesn't always allow that. So yeah, very good. I'm not going to go through the team. I'm just going to say my man of the match, as on BBC. Man of the match was Esteval, and I agree with that. But other players played well. Gusto, I thought, had a good game. Hato, I thought, had a good game, and obviously scored a goal as well. Yeah, put a strong side out. João Pedro, a lovely turn and prod. Yeah, not a lot more I can say. Who was it who got the goal? I think it was Esteval's goal that he finally got. They're on about it could be a penalty. Well, the only reason Tosin's arm flew up was because he was being held down. And they're saying it could be a foul on the goalkeeper. I don't get some of the rules. I don't get some of the VAR. So, the club. People have been saying to me about the club. You haven't done a Chelsea chat on the... it's all been done to death, isn't it? But I read a Facebook post this morning. It was one of these, and you know what? I respect everyone's opinion, and when we've all been going for years, like this bloke had, I respect his right to an opinion. But all this lark about, people have said it's our worst team in 50 years, blah, 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 blah. They didn't see this, they didn't see that. Yeah, I did see it. And you know the big difference is that when I watched that absolute pish in the late 70s, early 80s, before John Neal and them, when I watched that absolute rubbish, we hadn't spent nearly £2 billion. We hadn't just been, well, I say just 2021. Can I still say just? We hadn't just been European champions. We didn't have a history of consistently winning FA Cups, league titles. We hadn't gone to the elite status in the game. We were Port Vale. So when I read posts like that, I shake my head a little bit. I no disrespect, and people can't, if that's what they think, that's what they think. But I would say that proportionately, is that the right word? Yeah, I think it's proportionately, this is the worst side in 50 years. When you look at the money that's been spent on it, and it's not their fault, it's down to these sporting directors. It's down to the owners. When you look at the money that's been spent, when you look at where we started from, people are saying, oh, well, we nearly went out of business. No, we didn't. 20 odd, as I always say, I feel like a parrot. There was 20 odd consortiums wanting to buy our club for that money. The chances of us going out of business were zero when you look at it in the cold light of day. Of course, you're worried at the time. I was. The club I loved, supported since I was a little boy, on my granddad's shoulders when I was how young can you be to go on someone's shoulders? I don't know, but I don't buy all that. I just think we are a poor side playing a poor style of football with poor recruitment. And yes, there are some great players. You know, we've got Caicedo, who I think is a marvellous player. You know, Cole Palmer, got him at a snip. We're going to start losing these players, though, because they're not Chelsea supporters like you and me. They're going to get fed up. And I'll tell you what else amazed me. Enzo Fernandez, he got asked, and we all know what he meant. We all know that he must be fed. I'd be fed up at Chelsea. I'd be fed up thinking I spent all this money and look what I've got, look what we've got around him. And he deserves criticism as well. He deserves criticism. He always gives, I think, most of the time, he always gives 100%. But he's got to be able to pull some of them up with him that have just given up. And you've got Cucurella. How did Cucurella not get a 2-game ban? But Fernandez did. I wonder if they want a cat. They just lost, was it 260 million? I wonder if they want to cash in 100 million. I wonder if they need to cash in 100 million. So they're just trying to get up his nose and up his agent's nose and engineer a sale. That's what I wonder. Because otherwise, why has Cucurella not been suspended? What he actually said was worse than Fernandez did. I don't get it. You get asked, oh, where will you be next year? You don't know, do you, as a professional footballer? And you say, well, I don't know. I'm just concentrating on the 8 games that are left and the FA Cup, which we want to win. Well, what's wrong with that? And then, where would you like to live? Would you like to live there, or would you like to live in Madrid? I know what I would have said if I got asked that this morning. And we all know what he meant. And we all know that when Real Madrid come calling, it's a hard one to turn down. Financially, yeah, who doesn't want to live in the sun? He speaks Spanish as is it his first or second language? Argentina, his first language. Why would you want to get by on English? There's a lot of reasons, but he didn't say. I mean, if you really want to make a statement, I've got his glasses here. Yeah, the whole club are aligned. We felt he crossed the line. We're all aligned. I look even more stupid than he does in them. All that pish that Rosinia comes out with in these press conferences, we're all aligned. He didn't have a say in that. As an ex-professional footballer, I can't believe you would think giving someone a 2-game ban when you're playing against Man City in the second one and could do with him would be down to you. I just absolutely crazy. If more players come out and say, oh, we don't like the way we're playing, some players have. Cole Palmer hasn't got to say that, has he? I know he's playing with an injury, but it looks like he's fed up with everything going on. His body language. There's other players as well. And what do we do? Do we suspend them all? Where would you like to live? Oh, I'd like to live in. I'd like to live in Spain. Oh, that's it. Suspension, 2-game suspension. It's farcical. For me, anyway. You might agree with it. Do you know what I would have done? If I was going to do anything, I'd have took the captaincy away from him. But even then, I don't think I'd have bothered. I'd have tried to get him back on side. So yeah, they're my thoughts basically. Let me know your thoughts. That's why I do these. And yeah, I think we're in dire straits. I really do. Good win yesterday. I'm happy with a win. Always happy when Chelsea win. Happy we won 7-0. Even if it was against a pub side, you can only beat what's in front of you. And yeah, nothing's changed really since the other day. Players are obviously disgruntled. Players obviously aren't playing for the manager. I think even yesterday it was about personal pride. The crowd's flat. No one likes the ownership apart from a few people who I respect their right to an opinion. But yeah, I think we're in dire straits. The next two games will show where we are. Manchester City and Man United at home. You'd like to think we give City a game, and you'd like to think we'll beat Man United, although they're becoming a bit of a bogey side, aren't they? If we can keep 11 players on the pitch for both of them, we've got half a chance. Again, frustration. You look at these sending offs and people say indiscipline. I know a few times I got sent off. People who knew me back then, it was frustration. And I wasn't mature enough, or didn't have to be professional, but professional enough not to let it get to me. I think some of these are the same. Young lads get frustrated. And stupidity as well. I mean, Sanchez, when he got sent off against United last time. Crazy. Right, I'm going to shut up because I'm waffling. Okay, let me know your thoughts and I will speak to you soon. I'll speak to you after Man City. Unless something major happens before then. So please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video and let me know your thoughts. That's why I do these. Up to Chelsea.
I walked the bridge in 72, where legends played in royal blue. Osgood's grace, Bonetti's hands, we stood and roared from the old sheds.